We are here on this channel to take you to Jecha Grotto.
What if the Earth was hiding secrets so strange? They look like scenes from another planet, from glowing marble caves in Chile to icy volcanoes in Antarctica,
Sa among nalabyan diri mo ni pinakagrabe og damage kani siya.
and even the towering monolith of Devil's Tower in Wyoming. Today we're uncovering 15 of the most mysterious landforms on Earth.
Satellite images, you're like, ah.
These places don't just look like something out of a fantasy. They come with stories, legends, and science that are almost too wild to be true. Get ready for a journey that'll change how you see our planet. 1. Catedral de Marmo. Tucked away along the wild shores of Lake General Carrera in Chile, you'll find a natural wonder carved by time, the Catedral de Marmol, or Marble Cathedral. These stunning caves weren't made overnight. They've been shaped over 6,000 years by water and glacier movements, turning them into a masterpiece of nature. In the morning light, these caves turn magical. The lake's bright turquoise waters reflect the sunlight, casting glowing blue shades across the smooth marble walls. It's like nature's own light show, making every visit feel one of a kind. Add the soft sounds of water dripping and gentle waves lapping, and the place feels like stepping into another world. Reaching the cathedral isn't as simple as walking up. You'll need a kayak or boat ride from the nearby town of Puerto Rio Tranquilo. Summer brings high water levels from the melting glaciers, hiding some parts of the caves. But when winter comes, the water lowers, revealing areas that are usually hidden. Each season gives visitors a fresh view of this breathtaking place. The combination of polished marble, crystal clear blue water, and the way the light dances off everything feels like a dream come to life. But when it seems like nature couldn't possibly outdo the stunning marble cathedral, the story takes us to something even more awe-inspiring. Picture a massive towering formation that stands like a guardian over the land, wrapped in mystery and legend. From glowing caves to this colossal wonder, it's time to dive into the secrets of Devil's Tower. 2. Devil's Tower. Standing tall at 867 feet above the Belle Fourche River in Wyoming is a formation like no other, Devil's Tower. This giant rock isn't just a sight to see. It's wrapped in both natural and cultural mysteries. Scientists say it formed millions of years ago when molten rock pushed upward and cooled, creating its strange column-like shape. It was named the first U.S. national monument back in 1906. But to many Native American Plains tribes, Devil's Tower is much more than just a geological wonder. They see it as a sacred place, a spot where the spiritual world and the natural world meet. In June, you can feel that connection even more, as tribes gather for ceremonies filled with deep meaning and tradition. June is also a big month for climbers, who travel from all over to test their skills on the tower's steep sides. To honor the site's sacred importance, the National Park Service asks climbers to pause during this time. However, balancing its cultural and recreational use has led to ongoing discussions. At the top of the tower's flat summit, you'll find small critters like chipmunks and birds making their homes. But it's the towering, fluted sides that leave the biggest impression, challenging climbers and leaving visitors in awe. As you stand beneath this massive structure, you can't help but wonder what other secrets might be hidden in its ancient stone. Just when you think this volcanic wonder is hard to beat, the next stop takes you to a frozen land where ice and fire meet in a way you'd never expect. 3. Ice Towers of Mount Erebus. Mount Erebus in Antarctica isn't like any other volcano on Earth. At 1248 feet tall, it's not just an active volcano, it's a sculptor of frozen wonders. Here, in the world's coldest continent, the volcano creates ice chimneys that stand tall against the icy winds. These structures, called fumaroles, form when the volcano's hot gases hit the freezing air and turn to ice almost instantly. Imagine towering ice chimneys, some as high as 60 feet, with plumes of steam rising from their tops. When the sun dips low, the steam glows in the twilight, creating a scene that feels straight out of a science fiction movie. Below these icy spires, heat from the volcano carves out caves, each one leading to a mysterious, almost alien-like underworld. But that's not all Mount Erebus has to offer. Its crater holds one of the few permanent lava lakes on Earth. Unlike most volcanoes, where magma stays hidden under rock, this lake of molten lava is always visible, bubbling and churning like a fiery heart exposed to the open air. Scientists brave some of the harshest conditions on the planet to study this incredible place. With temperatures dropping as low as 5 degrees Fahrenheit and blizzards raging around them, they use special equipment like seismometers and cameras to uncover the secrets of Erebus. Few places on Earth are as extreme or as fascinating as these icy fumaroles. Just when you think Antarctica's frozen beauty can't be topped, Turkey's Pamukkale greets you with something completely different. 4. Pamukkale, Turkey. Known as the Cotton Castle, this place looks like a snow-covered fortress, but offers a warm, welcoming embrace instead. Nestled in the Turkish mountains, Pamukkale is a UNESCO World Heritage Site that's been shaped over thousands of years. Its white terraces aren't made of snow or ice, but of mineral-rich deposits left by hot springs. These terraces stretch over 2,700 meters, with pools of shimmering blue water cascading down their sides. It's a natural wonder that seems too perfect to be real. Here's how it works. Hot springs filled with minerals flow down the mountainside. As the water cools, it leaves behind a layer of calcium carbonate, which hardens into the white stone called travertine. Over time, this process has created Pamukkale's unique landscape, which glows under the Turkish sun like a dream made of marble and water. The ancient Greeks were so enchanted by this place that they built the city of Hierapolis on top of it. Today, visitors can explore the ruins while soaking in the thermal waters, blending ancient history with natural beauty. The terraces are fed by 17 hot springs, with water temperatures ranging from a warm 95 degrees Fahrenheit to a boiling 212 degrees Fahrenheit. In the early morning, the sunlight hits the terraces just right, making the pools sparkle like liquid gems. Depending on the time of day, the colors shift between snow white, soft blues, and golden yellows, giving Pamukkale an almost magical quality. But if you think this place is otherworldly, just wait. The next stop combines the rhythm of ocean waves with the echoes of ancient legends, offering yet another unforgettable marvel. 5. Fingal's Cave. Leaving behind the warm waters of Pamukkale, the journey now crosses the sea to the rugged coast of Scotland. Here, on the tiny island of Staffa, lies Fingal's Cave, a breathtaking sea cave that looks like a cathedral made of stone. Its towering walls are lined with basalt columns, formed by ancient lava flows and shaped by both nature and legend. Fingal's Cave stretches about 250 feet into the volcanic rock, and its beauty doesn't stop at its unique shape. The cave is famous for its haunting acoustics. When waves crash against its walls, the sound echoes like a melody, creating an almost magical experience. These hexagonal basalt columns, formed around 60 million years ago as lava cooled and cracked, fit together so perfectly they almost look man-made. The result is a natural masterpiece that has inspired countless stories and legends. Fingal's Cave is even linked to the Giant's Causeway in Ireland. They share the same volcanic origins, and a history steeped in myths of giants and heroic feats. This cave has also been a muse for artists, poets, and musicians over the years. Composer Felix Mendelssohn was so moved by its beauty that he wrote a famous piece of music, the Hebrides Overture, inspired by his visit. Writers like Tennyson also found their imagination sparked by this incredible place. But Fingal's Cave is only part of the story. Across the sea lies another wonder made of basalt columns, one that carries its mythical tale about a giant's journey. 6. Giant's Causeway. Just a short distance across the ocean from Fingal's Cave is the Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland. This natural wonder is like a massive stone pathway leading out to sea, made up of around 40,000 basalt columns that fit together with perfect symmetry. It's another gift of volcanic activity, created millions of years ago as lava cooled and cracked into these amazing shapes. But science isn't the only explanation for the Giant's Causeway. According to legend, it was built by an Irish giant named Finn McCool. The story goes that Finn created the causeway to cross the sea and face off against his Scottish rival. Standing among these towering columns, it's easy to see why such a mythical tale took root here. The Giant's Causeway isn't just about legends, though. Its beauty is unmatched, with incredible views of the Antrim coastline and the sea stretching out beyond. The columns, ranging from small stepping stones to towering formations, are a marvel of geology and a symbol of Ireland's natural and cultural heritage. Whether you're drawn by science or stories, this place leaves a lasting impression. Visitors come from all over the world to walk across the causeway, explore its secrets, and soak in the breathtaking views. The wonders of nature don't stop with the Giant's Causeway. In the heart of Turkey lies a landscape so surreal it seems straight out of a fairy tale, the fairy chimneys. 7. Fairy chimneys. These towering rock formations, shaped like giant mushrooms, have fascinated travelers and scientists for centuries. But don't be fooled by their magical name. These aren't homes for mythical fairies. The fairy chimneys were shaped by nature over millions of years. Long ago, powerful volcanoes in the Cappadocia region erupted, covering the land with thick layers of volcanic ash. Over time, the ash hardened into a soft rock called tuff. Wind and rain then worked their magic, slowly carving out these tall, chimney-like structures that now rise high above the ground. Some of these chimneys are as tall as 130 feet, standing like silent guardians of the land's ancient history. But there's more beneath the surface, literally. Archaeologists have found fossils of sea creatures buried in the volcanic layers, proving that this dry region was once covered by a vast ancient sea. What makes the fairy chimneys even more special is how humans have used them. For centuries, people in the area carved homes, churches, and even entire underground cities into the soft, tough rock. These rock shelters have provided protection and refuge for countless generations, blending nature's work with human ingenuity. The fairy chimneys are more than just unique rocks. They're storytellers, holding tales of volcanic forces, ancient seas, and the lives of people who found a way to thrive here. It's a landscape that inspires both awe and wonder. But if you think these formations are breathtaking, wait until you see a place where the earth itself seems to rise and touch the sky. 8. Tianzi Mountains. Welcome to the Tianzi Mountains in Zhangjiajie, China, a place where nature's creativity reaches new heights. These incredible stone towers are like nothing else on Earth, rising sharply from the ground and disappearing into the mist. The story of the Tianzi Mountains began about 400 million years ago. The peaks are made of quartz sandstone, and over millions of years, wind and water have sculpted them into towering pillars. Each peak looks unique, almost as if they're alive, with its jagged edges and mysterious shapes. The tallest of these, the Tianzi Pillar, stands an astonishing 35 to 50 feet above sea level, piercing through the clouds like nature's skyscraper. The name Tianzi means son of heaven, a nod to ancient Chinese emperors. The mountains are also surrounded by myths and legends. Local Tujia stories tell of these peaks as sacred places, adding a sense of mystery to their already stunning beauty. No matter the season, the Tianzi Mountains are always magical. In winter, snow blankets the peaks, giving them a peaceful, dreamlike quality. In the spring and summer, green plants and colorful flowers cling to the stone, creating a beautiful contrast. And when the mountains are wrapped in mist, it feels like stepping into another world. As you explore, you'll find landmarks with poetic names like Imperial Writing, Brush Peak, and Fairy Maid scattering flowers. These names add even more charm, making the mountains feel like part of a living story. The Tianzi Mountains are a true wonder, a place where history, legend, and natural beauty come together. But even these towering peaks can't compare to the next marvel, a monolith that has captured the imagination of people all over the world. 9. Uluru. In the heart of Australia's vast desert, a giant rises from the red earth. Uluru, also known as Ayers Rock. This massive rock is like nothing else on Earth. It's not only the largest single rock formation on the planet, but it also holds deep cultural and geological importance. Standing 1,142 feet tall, it towers over the flat desert, and its size is matched only by its beauty. As the day goes on, Uluru changes color, glowing a brilliant orange-red at sunset, a sight that leaves everyone who sees it amazed. Uluru's story goes back thousands of years. For the Aboriginal people of the region, it's a sacred place, rich with legends, carvings, and paintings that tell the stories of their ancestors. These traditions have been passed down for countless generations. European explorers like Ernest Giles and William Gosse first saw Uluru in the 19th century and were stunned by its size and beauty, but they couldn't fully understand its spiritual meaning. Geologically, Uluru is just as fascinating. It's made of a special kind of sandstone called Arcosic sandstone, which has stood strong for millions of years against wind, rain, and time. Its surface is marked by natural grooves and scars from rainstorms that sometimes turn the rock into a temporary waterfall. These rare moments are unforgettable, as water flows down the rock's sides, shimmering in the desert sun. Uluru isn't alone. It's part of the Uluru-Kata-Chuda National Park, which is filled with strange and beautiful rock formations and wildlife that have adapted to survive in the harsh desert. From blistering summer heat to freezing winter nights, life here shows incredible resilience. As Uluru's fiery hues fade into the evening desert sky, it's hard to imagine anything as striking as this sacred monolith. But halfway across the world, the sands of the Sahara hold a geological enigma so massive and mysterious it can be seen from space. Get ready to uncover the secrets of the Eye of the Sahara. 10. Eye of the Sahara. Now, from Australia's Red Desert to the golden sands of Mauritania, the journey leads to one of the planet's most puzzling sights, the Eye of the Sahara. Also called the Richat structure, this giant circular formation is so huge it can be seen from space. Spanning a massive 30 miles across, it looks like a giant bullseye in the middle of the desert. For years, people thought the eye was the result of a meteorite crash, but scientists have discovered that's not the case. Its story begins millions of years ago, back in the time of dinosaurs. Tectonic forces beneath the earth pushed the land upward, and over millions of years, wind and rain carved the land into its now famous rings. The eye's layers of rock include tough quartzite and softer sedimentary rocks, which eroded at different speeds to create its iconic shape. But how did it end up being such a perfect circle? That's a mystery scientists are still trying to solve. Some think volcanic activity might have played a part, as the eye is full of volcanic rocks like gabbros and carbonatites. The area also has fault lines that hint at a dramatic and violent past where the land was pulled apart. What makes the eye even more striking is its setting. It stands out boldly against the flat, barren sands of the surrounding desert. Towering up to 660 feet above the ground in places, it almost feels like a giant marker left behind by an ancient civilization. It's even been used as a landmark for space missions because of how it stands out from above. The Eye of the Sahara is as mysterious as it is beautiful, inviting questions and sparking wonder. But just when you think Earth's creations couldn't get more unusual, the next destination takes alien landscape to a whole new level. 11. Stone Forest, China. Imagine walking into a world where trees have been swapped out for giant stone pillars. That's what it feels like in the stone forest of China. Found in Yunnan province, this sprawling maze of towering limestone formations looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. Strange, otherworldly, and breathtaking. The story of how the stone forest came to be started over 200 million years ago. Back then, this whole area was covered by a shallow sea. Over time, the land was pushed up by powerful tectonic forces, and the limestone was exposed to the elements. Wind and water did the rest, carving the limestone into sharp peaks and spires that now look like a forest of stone trees. These formations are part of two ancient rock layers, the Permian Maku and Tixia formations, and they've been shaped into their current forms by millions of years of erosion. It's not just the rocks that are special here. The forest is also home to unique plants and animals, making it a haven for nature lovers and scientists alike. But it's not just about nature. This place holds deep cultural meaning, too. Local legends tell fascinating stories about how the stone forest came to be, adding an air of mystery to its already incredible landscape. Visitors from around the world come to explore the winding paths and marvel at the towering rock formations. Walking through this maze of stone feels like stepping into another dimension. The towering limestone spires of the stone forest are a masterpiece of erosion, but nature's artistry takes a completely different form in the Philippines. Picture hundreds of cone-shaped hills that turn into chocolate mounds as the seasons change. Welcome to the enchanting Chocolate Hills. 12. Chocolate Hills. Now, imagine this, rolling hills that stretch as far as the eye can see, turning from lush green to deep brown depending on the season. Welcome to the Chocolate Hills in the heart of Bohol Island, Philippines. This stunning landscape, covering about 20 square miles, is made up of over 1,200, some say as many as 1776, perfectly shaped cone-like hills. During the dry season, their green grass turns chocolate brown, making them look like giant truffles scattered across the land. These hills aren't just pretty, They're a puzzle that has fascinated scientists and enchanted locals for generations. Geologists believe the Chocolate Hills were formed millions of years ago when this area was underwater. Ancient limestone deposits were slowly shaped by water erosion, leaving behind the cone-shaped hills we see today. But science isn't the only explanation. Local legends add a touch of magic to the story. One tale says the hills were formed during a battle between two giants who threw stones and dirt at each other. Eventually, they made peace, but the hills were left behind as proof of their epic fight. Another story tells of a giant grieving over a lost love, whose tears created the mounds. For adventurers, the Chocolate Hills offer more than just a great view. Climbing the 214 steps to the Chocolate Hills complex rewards you with a breathtaking panorama of this surreal landscape. The hills are covered with a tough grass called kogong grass, which keeps them looking neat all year round. Whether you come for the science or the legends, the Chocolate Hills are a must-see. Easily reachable by ferry or flight to Bohol, they're a perfect blend of natural wonder and magical storytelling, showing just how creative nature can be. Just when the Chocolate Hills seem like the sweetest wonder on Earth, the story dives underground. In Lebanon, an ancient cave system hides glittering formations and a river that has flowed for millions of years. Prepare to venture into the Jada Grotto's hidden depths. 13. The Jada Grotto's hidden depths. Tucked away in Lebanon's Nahar al-Kalb Valley is the Jada Grotto, an underground wonder that feels straight out of a fantasy story. This massive limestone cave system stretches nearly 9 kilometers, split into 2 caves that are connected but unique. Beyond its beauty, the grotto serves an important purpose. It's a vital water source for over 1 million people, thanks to the subterranean river that flows through it. The lower cave, rediscovered in 1836, can only be explored by boat. Drifting along the calm, dark waters is like entering another world, where every turn reveals something new. But the real showstopper lies in the upper cave, uncovered in 1958. Here, enormous chambers adorned with glittering formations reach up like the grand ceilings of a cathedral. The highlight? The world's largest known stalactite, which towers an incredible 390 feet. The Jada Grotto's incredible formations were sculpted over millions of years. The Jurassic Kesruane limestone, shaped by flowing water, volcanic activity, and tectonic forces, created this underground masterpiece. But no amount of science can fully explain the feeling of wonder that hits you when you see it. Recognized as one of the finalists for the new 7 Wonders of Nature, the Jada Grotto is more than just a geological marvel. It's a symbol of Lebanon's natural beauty and resilience. Whether floating through its waters or walking along the suspended pathways, visitors are left in awe, as if they've stumbled upon a secret hidden deep within the earth. The Jada Grotto's shimmering stalactites leave an unforgettable impression, but the windswept plateaus of Romania hold formations that feel like they belong in a myth. Enter Babel, where legends and geology collide to create a surreal landscape you have to see to believe. 14. Romania's enigmatic Babel. Perched high in Romania's Bucegi Mountains is a plateau that feels like it belongs in an ancient legend. Known as Babel, or the Old Women, this site is famous for its strange, mushroom-shaped rocks. These fascinating formations weren't carved by people, but by nature. Wind, rain, and the varying hardness of the rocks combined over centuries to create these peculiar shapes that look like something out of a dream. Not far from Babel is the Bucegi Sphinx, another breathtaking rock formation that has sparked curiosity for generations. Shaped like an ancient sphinx, this 8-meter-tall and 12-meter-wide structure is best viewed from specific angles, with the clearest resemblance appearing at sunset on November 21st. It was first photographed around 1900, but its nickname, the Bucegi Sphinx, only came about in 1936. Legends surround Babel and the Sphinx, with some suggesting they were sculpted by ancient civilizations or that they hold mysterious powers. Whether mystical or geological, there's no denying their striking appearance. Visitors can reach the plateau by cable car from Bușteni or take a scenic hike along the Valea Jepilor trails, which offer stunning views of the Carpathian Mountains. The mystical Babel may stir ancient legends, but in Iceland, a land shaped by fire and ice, nature's power creates even more dramatic beauty. 15. Skaftafells' frozen splendor. Tucked away in Iceland's Vatnajökull National Park, Skaftafell is a place where glaciers, mountains, and waterfalls come together to create a landscape that feels like it belongs on another planet. Once its national park, Skaftafell became part of Vatnajökull National Park in 2008, making it a part of Europe's largest protected area. This untouched wilderness is full of stunning sights, from the valley of Morsardalur to Skaftafellsjökull, a shimmering glacier that's part of the enormous Vatnajökull ice cap. Skaftafell's hiking trails have something for everyone. If you're new to hiking, there are shorter trails that lead to Svartafoss, also called the Black Waterfall. It's famous for its incredible basalt columns that look like giant organ pipes. For those looking for more of a challenge, trails to Morsardalur or the sharp peaks of Kristinartindar offer amazing views and unforgettable adventures. But Skaftafell isn't just about its scenery, it has a fascinating history too. Long ago, it was home to a busy farm, and over the years, it has become a haven for nature lovers and conservationists. Skaftafell was declared a national park in 1967, and its protected status has kept its unique environment safe for all the plants and animals that call it home. From Vanadalsjökull, Iceland's tallest mountain, to peaceful paths that wind through the valleys, Skaftafell is a place where nature's beauty truly shines. Whether you're looking for quiet moments in its wide open spaces or the thrill of walking on a glacier, Skaftafell is the perfect destination. It's a place where you can feel the raw power of nature and its calming beauty, making it a must-see for adventurers from all over the world. Which of these mysterious landforms blew your mind the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed exploring these natural marvels, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your fellow adventurers, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our next journey into the strange and fascinating. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.